What's going on, YouTube? It is Monday, and that means it's time for the playoff eliminator. And after week 4 of the college football season, we've got several more teams to add to the list of eliminated teams. So let's start off, though, with the top contenders and work our way down this list. Top contenders, we had a trade here. Oklahoma State out, TCU is in. And these are the top 10 teams. I think these are the clear favorites right now to get into the playoffs. Obviously, doesn't necessarily mean that one of these teams will get in. My picks, I mean, the way it's looking right now, I think it's going to be Alabama, Oklahoma, Clemson, and Penn State. But that's just the way that I feel it's going to go. Still a lot of football to be played, though, so we'll see. And our top contenders are kind of going to merge with this other group probably after another week or two. These teams are still unbeaten. I don't necessarily see them as the top contenders, but hey, they haven't lost a game, so it's looking good for all these teams. Miami and Virginia Tech out of the ACC, Duke and Wake Forest out of the ACC. So you have 4 ACC teams here still undefeated. Utah and Washington State out of the Pac-12, Minnesota out of the Big Ten, and Texas Tech out of the Big 12. You see no SEC teams here. It's just Alabama and Georgia right now, but we do have several of those in the one-loss column, and that's where we're going to go next. These are the teams that have one loss, but I still think if all of these teams, if they win the rest of their games, I think they're in the playoffs. It's not for sure. It's not a definite thing, but I think they have a real good shot. I don't really expect many, if any of these teams, to win the rest of their games, but that's just what I'm saying. So you see all these teams with one loss, but still, a decent chance to get there if they can win out. A lot of teams here, Auburn, Florida, out of the SEC, LSU, Mississippi State, Tennessee, South Carolina, several SEC teams here, and that is the next group. Now we're going to go ahead and look at the teams I think it's highly unlikely that they get in. Even if they win the rest of their games, I don't really think they're going to get in, and the odds of them winning the rest of their games I think are very small. Kansas State, Virginia, Texas A&M, Iowa State, Kentucky and Vanderbilt, Indiana, Northwestern, Cal, Colorado, Maryland. I would say Texas A&M probably has the best shot out of these teams. If they win the rest of their games, they're probably in. I just think it's very unlikely that they go through Alabama, LSU, Auburn. It's just probably not going to happen. So these are the teams that it's highly unlikely. And pretty soon this is going to be narrowed down to where this category will be eliminated. And now that is the next category, eliminated. We've added Arizona, Syracuse, Arkansas, UCLA. Let's see, Purdue is new to this list. Illinois, Florida State. So several new teams on this list, and these teams, it's just over for them. You could maybe make a case for Florida State or Stanford if they were to win out. Maybe even Texas. I don't really see a path for these teams. So yeah, I think all these teams are eliminated. Florida State could bounce back, win the rest of their games, have that one loss to Alabama, and then NC State. But I don't see a 2-loss team getting in. Craziness could happen. We've seen a 2-loss team in the national championship before, but I don't think it's going to happen this year. And so maybe I shouldn't say they're totally eliminated, but it's like a 0.01% chance for some of these teams. And most of these teams are completely eliminated. So that's it for this week's college football playoff eliminator. What are your thoughts? Who do you have as your top contenders? Who do you think is maybe on this eliminated list that you think's not out of it yet, or who do you think should be eliminated that I don't have on this list yet? Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about that. Tomorrow we're going to have a lot more college football videos. We'll have all our power rankings, and then we're going to start moving ahead to week 5 of the college football season. So that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more here on the SG1 Sports YouTube channel.